question is separation of church and state. The other question is, Barack, acknowledgement in favoredness of faith-based initiatives. One point in history, the notion of faith-based entities playing a role in social service delivery started in the 1996 welfare bill that Bill Clinton signed. You may not like that. I happen to think it's a great bill. We can go talk about that another day. I think it's a phenomenal bill in achieving major objectives. But that's where it started. It's very clear also, if you see what Barack said, about the separation and not using public dollars to proselytize religion or discriminating where a Catholic entity can only hire Catholics to work there. They're very clear about that. No ambiguity at all. In certain communities, we should be acknowledged. Faith-based entities in certain communities are the strongest entities. That's not a negative. It's building on a foundation that can deliver social services. I love U.S. history. I make my kids, maybe they want another father at some point. Everybody has to write down their summer reading list. And my kids, we all write it down on a single page. My kids always go, Dad, when are you going to read something real, Dad? Because, I just read, What God Had Wrought, which is a great book about 1815 to 1848 and the transformation of the United States. I just love it. But if you go back through America's history, it's not like we had one constant about the role of religion in the public square. We had a different period of time pre-Constitution, a different period of time post-Constitution, and a different period of time in most recent history. There are three major currents in American history: race, class, and religion. You look at history in the United States, they've always played a fundamental role. I will tell you, and now this gets back to my interest, there are two great books on Lincoln. One is Gary Wills' book on the Gettysburg Address, because he talks about how basically in the Gettysburg Address, Lincoln weaves the Declaration of Independence into the Constitution. There's another one, Lincoln's Greatest Speech, which is about religion and the second inaugural, and how Lincoln uses in his religious education to imbue the second inaugural with its ideas. So the notion that we've always had separation of church and state is true, but not as pure as those of us who believe in the absolute separation of church and state.